Welcome back again, rum lovers. It's Jamie here with another episode of Ready Set Rum, and today we present to you the Appleton Estate Signature Blends. So, Appleton Estate Signature Blends is part of the Appleton Estate line, and this line includes the Reserve, which is 8 years, and then the the Rare Cask or the Rare Blend, based on the new bottling. So as you can see, I have an old bottle and a new bottle here, and there's old and new bottles for the other parts of the line as well. Appleton Estate is one of the oldest distilleries in the Caribbean. I think it's the second oldest. For more details on the background of Appleton Estate, please check out my other video on the Appleton Estate 12 year, which kind of goes more into the background. I kind of went into more details on being able to visit the Appleton Estate previously and all the processes that includes. So that's a fun video. So please check that out for more details and more background on the Appleton Estate itself. All right. But today we are here with the Signature Blend. Online, all the research I could find, it says that the Signature Blend is 5 to 10 years. No, they don't state it on the bottle, and maybe they don't do that anymore. I'm not sure. But the thing about it is that Appleton and the Jamaica government is really strict about the rules on what is said on a bottle and what is in the bottle of these rums. So when they don't put the age, that just says that it's probably younger rums in there, and they just shy away from actually putting that information on the bottle itself. So what do you think about the bottles? For me, the older bottle, I like it. Is the look I kind of almost like grew up with, because these are how the bottles pretty much shaped for a pretty long time now. And now there's the new bottles, and the new bottles are thinner, taller. There's now a wooden cork on the top. The labeling, it's, I guess, more elegant, I would say, on the new bottles to the old bottles. But both bottles are really nice. If you can find these still, great, grab it. But basically, the two bottles have the same ingredients in there. And for those people who are questioning that, we're just gonna taste them side by side, because my last video, when I put out that 12-year video, I had the two different versions as well. And I got comments saying that it doesn't taste the same, things that change, stuff like that. And you know what? I'm just gonna taste both of them, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. We got the two drinks poured. They look pretty much the same to me. The coloration looks the same to me. So you tell me, how does that look? Looks the same? It looks the same to me. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right about something. This seems to have a stronger nose than this one. I don't know why. Nah, I'm lying to you. Smells the same. All right, so it smells the same, right? So it's a golden color on each one. There are some legs in there. Legs seem a little different. Maybe one batch got a little more 10-year than the other. This is very slow on this one, creating the legs. And these had a few big legs that just came down real quick, and this still hasn't. I don't know. It's like there's some big legs there, but it seems kind of dry at the same time. All right, guys. So we got a slight difference right there on the legs, slight difference on the nose. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm buying into the hype online. Let's see. Let's go for the tasting. Okay, so that subtle Jamaican funk, some malt burn, and some banana, some molasses. All right, so that's on the old one. Should I clear my palate for this? The bitterness seems a bit more forward on the second one. Yeah. I think the newer bottle, the bitterness was a bit more forward than the older bottle. Wow. All right, guys. So, you know, I think, I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's everyone else out there, but I definitely feel that there's a slight difference in the two. So let's try again. Let's see what else we could pick up in the differences between the two. Okay. I know. So the longer I taste them, I feel like that last sip kind of seemed closer to the same thing than when I just started, right? When I just started, I was getting a little more here, a little more there. But that taste really seemed really close, really similar. So, I don't know, maybe as it coat your palate, they seem closer together. Anyway, take it. I need to actually give you some notes on these rums. And these rums to me, not much burn. First sip, you get a little burn on there, but not much burn. You get that bitter note, that burnt molasses note that Jamaican rums are known for. You get that funkiness, slight funkiness that Jamaican rums are known for. You get that funkiness is usually like a banana-y kind of note. Good tasting rum. Funny enough, this has been great just sipping on it like that. And this is a mixing rum. So one thing I didn't read to you is what's on the back of the bottle. And on the new bottle, unlike the old bottle, there's some descriptions on there. It says, Appleton Estate Single Estate Jamaican Rum, inspired by the vibrancy of Jamaica, its land, and the joyful nature of its people. Our signature blend is a fruit-forward expression of aged rum with aromas and notes of dried apricot, fresh peaches, and subtle hints of sweet molasses. Our rum aged in the tropic climate of Jamaica are crafted with Jamaican limestone filtered water with no added flavor. Enjoy as I do, a classic rum cocktail by Joy Spence. Do I get the dried apricot, fresh peaches, and subtle hint of molasses? Well, the molasses definitely. I get a kind of grassy note. I get a dried fruit smell. I don't know if it's apricot. I don't think I really like the smell of dried apricot. I'm not that big of a fan, but it does smell more like I say almost like a prune. Yeah, I really get more of a prune smell on that. So that's the tasting notes from Appleton, at least what's on the bottle. Let's go on and see if there's more tasting notes from other professionals that could help to describe this rum. So today, our expert opinion would come from the Fat Rum Pirate, and I'll read to you some of his nosing and tasting notes. So he says on the initial nosing, the rum gives a fairly pungent but not overpowering smell, molasses, black pepper, and sweet alcohol. It has made the nose a little tingle and almost a point of sneezing. Jamaican rums are famous for their intense pot still flavor and a touch of molasses and ginger. So he says also that the nose here is quite subtle when it comes to Jamaican standard rums. And that is true. I found it quite subtle compared to the Worthy Parks and the Money Moss brand and stuff like that. But he's right. A bit spicy on the nose, a bit pungent. Get that Jamaican funk to me. They said hint of molasses and sweet peppercorn, but I also get that kind of dried fruit kind of smell and that banana-y kind of smell. He says while the alcohol is quite strong, it is not as rough as you would expect. I didn't find it rough at all. After my first sip, all that kind of burning went away and everything else was good from that point on. It says this rum is nowhere near the intensity of the pungent old salt rum of Smith & Cross that he finds personally overpowering. So all in all, he didn't really mention some of the, he said he talked about the pungency of it, close to the Jamaican rums, and it does have that. It's not as strong as typical of Jamaican rums, but definitely a decent rum and definitely a rum that's easy to mix. So when he talks about the pungency of some of the other rums, like the Smith & Cross and the, we said old salt rum. I haven't had the old salt, but a lot of certain Jamaican rums can be very pungent because a lot of them are pot still rums, and they also have their own fermentation process where they ferment the cane and they ferment the juice in such a way where it's like almost wild fermentation. They have their own bacteria or yeast, sorry, but just the way of doing it open like that really creates a unique flavor and a unique blend. So this really has some of that, but not as strong as some of the other funkier stuff. And if you try the Rare Nephew Overproof, it's a lot more funkiness. So to me, this is almost like a more refined overproof rum. One, the ABV is 40%, and the funkiness also is reduced. So it's very, to me, it's a very good rum. It's only about $20 here in the US, so easily available, easy to mix, easy to sip on. So I would definitely buy this. And trust me, I have two. I have many more back there. It's definitely a must buy, definitely a must try, definitely a must have. Very approachable rum, very easy to drink, and just a great purchase. So for me, must buy, hands down. And anyone who is into rum, one of your first rums really should be one of the Appleton Estate rums, just because it is a subcategory of rum that is large. It is an Appleton is like the foundation of that large subcategory. There's rums from, South American rums, there's different Caribbean rums, but Jamaican rums really stand out there on their own for their funkiness. And this is really a opener to that category. You really don't want to, you may not want to go all the way to a Worthy Park on your first try or Hamden on your first try, right? You really want to get your foot in the door, start off with the signature, and you'll get a vibe for what Jamaican rum is. And also no additives, no sweeteners, nothing like that. So indeed getting a really well mixed, well balanced product with no shortcuts to getting you the flavor of a delicious rum. So that's my review, guys. Like, comment, and share. Let me know if you like the Appleton products. Let me know if you like the Signature Blend. And check out my other videos, which I already have posted. A ton of them have. I think I have like 3 videos already that have Appleton Estate rums in them. And see you in the next one. Cheers.